Welcome back to my channel, YouTube. If you guys are new to my channel, go ahead and no, we're not gonna do that. Take two. Well, back. What's up, YouTube? Uh, my button is out of whack. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and press that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so you can receive every notification that pops up from me uploading a video. So today's video is gonna be more like a story time experience, etc., etc. We're gonna talk about that time that I got hired at Chipotle. So let's see. This was about last month or so. I ended up getting hired at Chipotle, and I literally worked for one day and never went back. So like here's how it went. So I ended up getting hired, and then I ended up having to go in and do some paperwork because I guess like whatever paperwork I did over the computer, like it wasn't going through with, Chipotle or whatnot. So my manager, well, my ex-manager had me come in and do paperwork, and so I did it. And then she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have you come back this day and start work. So I'm like, okay, cool. So let's say I did paperwork Friday, and she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have you come in on Monday, from this time to this time, like 8 to 4 or something like that, and I'm gonna get you trained on salsa and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she texted me late at night and was like, oh no, I'm not gonna have you come in because we have a transfer coming in from another store, and so that'll go over our I don't know, like they word policy or something. I don't know how she worded it at the time. I forgot. And so I'm like, okay, so don't come in on Monday. No? And she was like, no. So I'm going to have you come in next Monday. I'm like, okay, cool. More time on my child. So a week go by, and then she's texting me and she's like, oh, did you finish everything you needed to do on workday, which is like they system that logs in like your schedule, your pay, your benefits and all that and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I finished everything. And she was like, well, it's not showing up on my end. And so I'm like, well, I finished everything, so I don't know what you want me to do because I did everything already for you, boo, boo. So she's like, well, it's not showing up. So I'm like, okay. So then I told her, I'm like, well, there's nothing here. So she was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So I guess Chipotle got that situation sorted out or whatever. So let's say Monday comes. So Monday comes, I pull up. I didn't have no uniform, no nothing, because she was like, oh, it takes about 2 weeks for our uniforms to get here, and I'm a newer manager at the store, etc., etc. And so, my brain is kind of like all over the place, and I'm like, oh yeah, I get you, like, laughing it off, being cordial and whatnot. So Monday comes, and I go up there in like a black shirt and some jeans, because Chipotle, you could wear jeans and their uniform is a black shirt. So I go up there for 8:30, and so I kid you not, like that morning I was like, I don't even want to go, like this job, like it's I don't want to go. So I get up and I go anyway, and my husband, he drops me off, and so I walk in and he pulls off out of the parking lot, and I'm like, hey, I'm here. And she's like, oh, hey, you didn't show up on work day, and I was gonna text you last night, but I got so busy I totally forgot to text you to tell you to don't come. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm here now, so should I stay? Should I leave? She's like, no, you can leave. Okay. So I'm like, all right. So when should I come back? She's like, I'm gonna have you come back next week, 8 to 4, and you're gonna be working for 5 days. And so I'm like, okay. So I leave. I go outside. And hold on. So my husband is already on the freeway, speeding back home, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, so I'm not working today, so can you come back? He's like, are you for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. Come back. And he was like, all right, man. So thankfully, he wasn't like already at home, because gosh, I really wish he just would have texted me that night and would have told me something, you know, because she's been texting me about everything else. She could have texted me and told me not to come. So a week go by, and Monday comes. So I get up. I literally push myself out the bed, and I'm like, girl, you gotta get up. This is your first day of work. I'm gonna go get this Chipotle money, you know? So get up, get out of bed, get the baby ready, you know, husband situated. They drop me off, and he goes, all right, well, let me know if you not gonna work or not, LOL. So I'm like, no, I'm working. And I sent him a picture. So I was real cute. I got my shirt, my hat. I was ready to go. So I kid you not, I'm sitting there and I'm training. And the moment, you know, I started training and I started, you know, interacting with everybody else. And everybody was like real cool, you know, like I had a problem with nobody. But I just felt it then and there, like, this is not the job for me, you know? And I worked that one day, you know, it was cool. I was on the line. I mean, the most fun I had was working on the line, you know, doing the sour cream, lettuce, cheese, you know, all of that. But while I'm doing that, I'm thinking like, man, I should be the one on the other side asking for extra meat, asking for extra cheese. And everybody, like, I don't know, like the girl who was training me, she was like a manager in training or whatever. And she's like, I've been here for 3 years and I know all of the Chipotle protocols, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, like, all right, whatever. So, 1 o'clock came and they were like, all right, go ahead, take your break. And then I'm going to have you clock out for, you know, that's all she said, take your break and I'm going to have you clock out. So it was a 10-minute break and I got free food out of it. I had a bowl and I have to scarf my bowl down in 10 minutes because I'm thinking like, dang, I only got a 10-minute break. I got to hurry up and get back to work. Let me hurry up and eat this free Chipotle meal. So I finished my food and she was like, all right, go ahead, clock out. I clocked out. She's like, okay, you can go home. I'm done. She's like, yeah, you go home. I was like, okay, because I thought I was supposed to be here till 4. She was like, well, the company made the schedules and yeah, you were only supposed to be here from like 8 to 1. So you could go ahead, clock out, come check out the schedule in the back, and then you can go home. So I went and I looked at the schedule. And it was basically all the same for the remainder of the week. And I'm like, okay, cool. So in my head, I'm thinking like, all right, I'm going to come back tomorrow, same time, do what I got to do, second day of training, whatever. So she texts me and she's like, do you have a health card? And I'm like, no. And normally, because in California, when you get like employed with a restaurant, I think like they help you get the health card, as far as I know, because when I was working at Universal Studios, they helped me get a food handler's card. I didn't actually receive it, but I was able to work and handle food.
Mommy?
Yes.
Mommy?
Mm-hmm. So I was able to actually, you know, work still. So she was like, okay, well, I'm going to take you off the schedule and you can't come back to work until you get the card. And I'm like, so what about this week's schedule? She was like, don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay. So I started looking into getting a card. Now, mind you, I ain't had no money since I've been out here. So what makes you think that I was going to have a health card, you know? Because normally jobs are supposed to help you get these things. I didn't know I was already supposed to have one out my butt. So, I was looking into it, and she kept texting me, and she was like, do you have it? Do you have it? Are you done? And I told her, I was like, you told me to let you know when I got it, so I will let you know when I get it. And that was like day 2 of me not being at work. And she texted me at like 5 in the morning, are you done? Did you finish? And I blocked her number. And I didn't go back. And I just quit in my head. And she got the idea. So I blocked her number and I blocked the company number. So they sent me my check. And now I got a new job. But yeah, so that was my Chipotle experience. I do not recommend people doing what I did. Just not going back to a job. If you're going to quit the right way. But I knew that that job was just not for me. I knew that I was not going to be going back. She didn't tell me how much I was going to be making. She didn't tell me whether if I was full-time or part-time. I didn't find none of that out. And I didn't enjoy it. And I already had another job lined up. So, yeah. So if you guys like this video, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share. And then don't forget to cut on the notification bell. And I'll see you guys next time. Baby.